So today I'm going to talk about what the gym means to me and my history when it comes to how I started at the gym, the experiences that I've had throughout my life, training in different gyms, working to becoming a personal trainer, developing as a coach, learning from different people, failures that I've had, successes, just to share a little bit of my journey really, because I think a lot of people will be able to relate certainly to where I started with it. And it was really when I started in the gym, it wasn't really until my mid-20s, because I've always been into sport, always loved physical activity, playing sport, being competitive all the way from being a young child all the way up to even 18, 20, 21 years of age. But I never really enjoyed the gym up until I was about 24, I think. So I really just went to the gym just as a means to get stronger for sport, but never really understood the importance of training and actually enjoying going to the gym as well. I never really had that up until I was at about 24 years of age. That's when I committed to becoming a personal trainer. I started working in a gym. I went down that journey to becoming qualified as a personal trainer, and it was really only at that point where it became a compelling goal to actually master the different exercises, learn how to use a gym, how to perform all of the main exercises, and actually learn how to program for myself and then for other people as well from there. And it's been a constant journey of learning and progression from there, and I feel like we're only just getting started with it. So just wanted to share a few things from my background and my history when it comes to training in a gym. So going back to it, in 2010, started off at David Lloyd just as a gym instructor there. They put me through the qualifications in exchange for doing hours for David Lloyd. So I didn't get paid for that for about a 5-month period. It wasn't a paid role. However, David Lloyd did put me through my qualifications and also gave me the experience of being on the gym floor and also access as well to use the facilities as well. I didn't have to pay to use the training facilities there as well. So it was a tremendous opportunity coming from, I think I mentioned before, a background of in and out of employment, struggling to find a purpose, struggling with confidence, and to be in a gym environment and learning from people in that environment, a new environment, somewhere that was positive, where people would go to improve their health and fitness. It was a tremendous opportunity for me. So really, really grateful to be given that opportunity. And it was really just the start for the gym for me. So, and it was just about, because I had that compelling goal, I had to learn how to perform the exercises. I was really just starting off. So although I come from a background of sport and was quite confident in terms of physical activity, actually performing the lifts and using gym equipment, I was still a relative beginner. Okay, I'd been a member of gyms from 16 to 24, but really in and out of gyms, learning little bits, but not really fully committed to it. So I didn't really fully commit until I was 24 to actually training multiple times per week and being disciplined and consistent with it. So that's really the beginning of the journey for me. And it was, starting to see results from that age in my mid-20s, building muscle mass, building strength, becoming stronger. Still not really knowing what I was doing, to be honest, up until I reached out to a coach. Even though I was qualified at that point, still kind of winging it, not really knowing 100% what I was doing. So, but still getting some results, still achieving that improvement in confidence, gaining muscle mass, learning things constantly day to day. So that was the beginning of the journey for me. So I think the lesson for people really is it needs to be a compelling goal. For me, it was I had to coach people the lift. I had to coach people how to use the equipment. So that meant for me, I had to be 100% committed to learning myself how to use the equipment and how to perform all of the main strength exercises. So that was the main reason for me to get in there and learn and progress and build my knowledge and experience. At the same time as well, it was a great social opportunity for me. A brilliant confidence builder. To build confidence in the gym and to be confident in that environment was tremendous for me. Coming from a history of lacking confidence, it just built that confidence up. And every time I walked into the gym, and every time I walk into a gym environment now, I can be confident wherever it is in the country, in the world. I can walk into a gym environment and be confident that I know what I'm doing. So it's built a tremendous amount of confidence. The social network as well that you build, you know, meeting different people, different coaches. It's a great environment to be in because a lot of people in the gym environment, they want to improve the health, the fitness, they want to get stronger, they want to get better. So being surrounded by these people has a great advantage as well, because I do believe that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So, you know, spending time in this environment with other people that are looking to get better, it just has a tremendous impact on, it had a tremendous impact on me personally. So, but yeah, going back to that, just progressing from there. If I look back as well, there's been a lot of mistakes that I've made as well. So, you know, plenty of different mistakes and funny situations really. You know, I've dropped weights, heavy weights on my neck before. You know, I've split my short squatting before. Failing and bombing out of competitions, you know, where I've just failed all of my lifts in front of small crowds of people. All of these situations really, you know, I think we're really brought up to think of these things as negatives and to avoid these situations. But when I look back on these funny situations and failures, really, these are the things that have built the most confidence in me as well, because I think the confidence really is, the true definition of confidence for me is the ability to try hard and take risks in front of other people and not have that fear of judgment or failure. I think that's true confidence really, you know, not, you know, completely lacking and completely avoiding failure. I think confidence really comes down to not really caring about what other people think, just putting your best foot forward, learning, doing the best you can, challenging yourself, putting yourself out there. Whether you fail or not, that is for me true confidence. So when I look back at those experiences, as funny as they were, and you know, really there were failures, but when I look at it, I'm grateful for those experiences as well, because it's built confidence in me. You know, not to really care about other people's judgments, about failing in public as well. It's doesn't really concern me too much now. Whereas before, in the past, before I started training in the gym, I'd really be, you know, I wouldn't dare to fail in public or take any risks in public. I'd always take the easy option, stay in my comfort zone. Now, more of a growth mindset, accepting failures as part of the path, things that are going to help us to grow. So, yeah, and then started into, you know, once I'd done a couple of years training just for building muscle mass and building strength, I got into Olympic weightlifting training. I wanted to learn how to do Olympic weightlifting. I thought it was impressive. I'd seen a few people in the gym have a go at it and do a bit. And it intrigued me. You know, I thought, really coming from a sporting background, it was a lot more athletic. I enjoyed the power element to it, moving weights quickly, the challenge of trying to get improved mobility, speed, all of these different disciplines. I thought it was a tremendous challenge for me. So that's the reason why I got into learning Olympic weightlifting. And I did it for a couple of years on my own, not really knowing what I was doing, trying to learn off. This is going back to really before social media. YouTube was around, so it was a case of looking at some YouTube videos, but there wasn't really that much content back then. Very difficult, you know, trying to learn on my own. So it wasn't until a couple of years after I'd started really that I reached out to Cyril to learn how to do the lifts properly. And how old was I then? I was 29 by that point, so I was already really past the peak of what a weightlifter would be at 28. They say it's about 28 years of age where a weightlifter reaches the peak. So I was already past that point. So looking back, I should have reached out earlier, but I didn't really know who to reach out to back then as well. So that's another thing. So, but that's one of the turning points for me, you know, reaching out to an expert in their field and learning from them. In this case, Cyril, just learning about training principles in general, discipline, surrounding yourself with other people that are in a position that you want to get to as well, going down to that environment down there at Atlas, learning from some of the elite level lifters down there as well. It was an incredible opportunity going back then to 2014 to learn from that environment. So that's one of the turning points for me, coming back into the commercial gym environment, and also wanting to learn weightlifting and progress more and having an environment really to learn it. It's what inspired me to set up Strong for Life as well, to set up my own gym, to be able to provide a training facility for other people that's more suited to weightlifting training, certainly in a commercial gym. Not always suitable, especially if you're not on a ground floor and you've not got the equipment to be able to do it. That's one of the reasons why I set up here. So Again, that's you can see the knock-on effect that these experiences have. So, this is all part of the journey for me as well. So, lots of positives, lots of failures as well, things that I've learned from in the past. Going into competing in weightlifting as well, that's something that, for a 4-year period from 2014 up to 2018, it was my sole, focus really, just to do as best I could really with the Olympic lifts and progress as much as possible, and try and qualify for the British Championships, which I never quite managed. Got to within about 5 kilos of hitting the total, I think it was. But really, looking back at it, I put my best foot forwards. I committed to it. Trained 6 times a week with heavy weights. Travelled, went to see the best coaches, and I've no regrets looking back at it. I did the best I could really, and starting at a later age, it certainly made it a little bit more difficult. But incredible looking back on those 4 years. The experiences that I acquired of training hard 6 times a week, trying to run my own business, and trying to have a social life and manage everything in between as well. It was certainly a challenge, but I'm grateful for those experiences. And it's something I'd like to go back into as well, obviously with COVID, no competitions, no in-person competitions, but it's something that I'd like to get back into. So at 36 now, I'm considered a master's weightlifter. If you're over 35, you're considered old in weightlifting terms. So you only compete against people within your age and weight category. Just prior to COVID, I qualified for the European Masters Weightlifting Championships. Booked all the tickets to Holland, to the Netherlands. COVID happened, so we had to cancel everything. But that's something very much that I'd like to get back involved in the future, in competing at Masters level. But certainly the emphasis of training for me has shifted a lot more to health, to learning different things. So you'll have seen the post that I put up recently, learning from people like John, who again, he's an expert in his field as well in strength and conditioning. He's worked with professional athletes from multiple different sports. Just learning different things as well in terms of injury prevention, plyometric training, working on weaknesses, things like this. It's, I'm grateful really to be able to learn from people like this. So another turning point for me as well. So it's been great to work on these other areas that have maybe been neglected when just purely focusing on weightlifting training. So working on technique, working on movement, on squats, working on the core as well. That's another area that I've neglected. So for me, it's changed. So my emphasis and focus of training has changed throughout the years, from starting as a coach, going back to 2010, learning how to lift weights, learning how to build muscle, to Olympic weightlifting technique, to Olympic weightlifting competition, and then from there to improving movement quality and trying to work on injury prevention, managing injuries, working on weaknesses, working just on health as well, nutrition. So the emphasis has changed throughout the years. So things change, and that's another thing that it's probably the same for a lot of people as well. Goals will change. It could be performance, it could be health, it could be physique, could just be managing stress and, having somewhere to go after work and just escape from work and have a social element as well. So there's lots of different reasons and lots of benefits to training in the gym. And this is just really my story and how the benefits that I've experienced and my experiences so far in the gym. And I feel like I'm just getting started as well. So, I'm looking at decades down the line. I plan to continue to train in the gym. So very much got my eye on that as well. And no doubt my goals will change and people's goals change. In our community at Strong for Life, we've got clients that have hit their goals. They've been, whether it be weight loss, they've achieved that. They've got to the weight that they want to be at. They can fit into the dress size, the shirt size that they want to. But then the emphasis changes. They look at different things. Can we build a little bit of muscle now? Can we build a bit of strength? Are there any other areas to work on? Nutrition, mindset. There are always areas to improve upon, and this is something that I've learned as well. For myself, there are always areas to work on and improve upon whenever the finished product, and we've got to have that learning emphasis, constant lifelong learning. Whenever the finished product, no matter how experienced you are, how much you know about training, there's always things that we can learn from. So, and there's so many different areas. I'm looking like last year, we dedicated the year to learning more about nutrition. This year, it's more about mindset. We're learning about stress management. A lot of the clients that we work with work in demanding jobs. They work hard, long hours. They've got to deal with a lot of stress, and it's how to manage it and how exercise can actually help with that to manage it. So we're always learning about different things, whether it be weightlifting technique, mindset, stress, all of these different areas really. And I'm learning myself and applying as we go through, learning from people like John about injury prevention, core exercises, breathing exercises, plyometrics, technique, always different areas to learn. So we're always learning. It's exciting for me. I'm optimistic about the future as well. It's been phenomenal to be open again and to be able to coach people in person since April. So really looking forward to continuing to help people. We've been welcoming new people into the community as well, people that are keen to learn. So really the people that I'm keen to work with are people that are busy professionals that have got to deal with stress, but are really focused as well and have that priority to improve their health as well, because they understand how important that is. It's not sustainable to continue to just work hard and neglect our health and well-being. It's a factor that we need to prioritize if we want to be sustainable with it, and to be able to progress professionally as well as physically and mentally. So but yeah, pretty happy at the moment in terms of the number of sessions that we've got. We've got 1 or 2 new people starting. We may have 1 or 2 slots coming up over the next few weeks for new people. So if you are interested in coaching, please reach out. If you've got any questions, please reach out as well. We use social media quite a lot. So any questions, drop a DM through, drop a private message through. And I hope you enjoyed the story as well. I just wanted to give a little bit of background really, just to open up about my experiences of using the gym, why I came into using the gym, the benefits, the failures, the struggles, the funny points, and the plans for the future as well. So for me, it's to get back into weightlifting competition at masters level, but it's not going to be as serious as, the 4 years before, that 2014 to 2018 period where it was just kind of tunnel vision focus on weightlifting performance. There is going to be an emphasis on injury prevention, health, movement quality, learning. We've got Strong for Life set up now as well, the business. We've got to look after our clients. So we've got a lot of other priorities now. But we are looking to get back into competing in weightlifting as well. So that's something I'm excited about in the future, to be able to compete at international level when it comes to masters weightlifting. I'm really excited about that. So hopefully by next year, we'll be able to do that. If not, we'll keep chipping away, keep setting goals, and we'll keep moving forwards from there. So hope you enjoyed this little insight. Just wanted to share a few of my experiences. And yeah, feel free to share your experiences in the comment. What are your experiences in using the gym? Why did you start coming to the gym? What have you learned? What are your main failures, and what have you learned the most? And what are the benefits for you? Equally, if you've not trained in a gym, I know quite a few of you follow me on here who haven't used the gym for a while, or maybe a little bit not really too sure, but maybe want to get the benefits of it. Feel free to reach out again, ask some questions about how to get started if you're unsure, and just engage, reach out and say hello if you've not done. So hope you enjoyed the post, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will speak again soon.